This is kind of a medium volume, okay, because you're picking basically 3 exercises per body part, and you're doing back to back, bang, 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 bang. Okay, so again, this is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of a movement. Now that's for pretty much everybody. Now, you enhanced guys out there, you could afford to probably work your chest and back and your shoulders and arms twice in 1 week. So in that way, it'd be a 5-day-a-week program, okay? It's very taxing to the central nervous system. Your muscles might be okay, might not be too sore, but overall, if you overdo it, you're going to feel beat up all the time, okay? And some of you like feeling beat up. I know I do a little bit. It must be the young Catholic boy in me, feeling guilty all the time, so I feel beat up. But it's a pretty great protocol because its benefits is that since it's advanced technique, it'll get a lot of you past plateaus that you might have been stuck at before, some while. You're not putting no size on, you're not getting no strength. By raising the intensity, all good things happen. So let me tell you, this is the #1 best way to raise the intensity. Excuse me. So basically, what I'll do is Mondays and Thursdays, I do my chest and back. On Tuesdays and Fridays, I do shoulders, bis, and tris. And on Wednesdays, I do my legs. Now, sometimes guys will do the legs again on Saturdays, but I'm at the point in my life where my legs are good enough size. I can't fit into the friggin' dress pants I got now, so why do I need 32-inch legs? A 28-inch leg on a guy my size is a big leg. It's already too big. And to be honest with you, I tend to get a little too beat up if I work legs twice a week. I could probably do it for a contest, but I'm not competing right now, or maybe anymore, so there's really no sense. But if you want to do a second leg for certain enhanced guys, you got a little help, go for it. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to get you there faster, okay? But you better take an Epsom salts bath once a week, or you better get some deep tissue massage on a Sunday, or have a day off. Now, another benefit of this workout protocol is because you're going bang, 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 you're moving really fast. With your training partner, it's I go, you go. A lot of guys, if you're eating big but you're eating clean, you're not going to have to do cardio. You're going to get lean on this because it's almost like HIIT training. Actually, it is HIIT training. Your heart rate's going really through the roof, and then you have about 2, 3, 4 minutes to let it come back down, and then it's balls to the wall again for 3, 4 minutes. The nice part about antagonistic, as opposed to, say, push-pull, is that the minute your chest is smoked, you couldn't get another rep out of it. Instead of doing another chest exercise, you're doing a back exercise. Now your back's nice and fresh, right? So the only thing that's limiting you is your wind, is your cardiovascular health, okay? So this is going to improve that, but it's also going to keep that intensity high. You're going to be sucking wind when you're done on this, okay? Like I said, it's great for busting through plateaus. So I'm just going to give you just a real quick understanding of how this one works. So basically I get in there and we pick 3 exercises per body part, okay? It's not a lot. So we'll do flat bench and bent rows. Boom, that's #1. We do about 4 or 5 sets of each, right back to back, back to back, back to back. Let me take a second, drink a little water, think about what we're gonna do. Then we'll do something like incline dumbbell presses and then 1-arm dumbbell rows. 3 sets, boom, boom, boom. And then we'll finish up something like cable crossovers and pull downs. And we'll go to usually failure on the last 3 sets of those, okay? So that's how you do it. The same thing with your shoulders. You work your shoulders and arms. So you'll start with maybe a dumbbell press, seated overhead dumbbell press, right into an overhead tricep extension with a dumbbell, and then immediately some bicep curls, seated, standing, doesn't matter. And that's 1 circuit. Now you do that 4 or 5 times, however many sets you want to do, and then you pick 2 more exercises for each body part, and you do that again. So that's your circuit. So it works out really good. Again, this is what Arnold did for years: chest and back, chest and back. He always did these kind of workouts, and he had a great physique. Okay, like I said, I use it just to kind of make some extra gains and get me through certain plateaus. I'm not going to stick to it probably forever. I've been on it for about 3 months now, and it's made a difference. My strength has really gone up. I've gotten a lot leaner at staying the same body weight. So right now I'm right around 270, 271 at 6 feet tall. So basically I've watched my body fat level go down, go down, go down over the last 2-3 months. And the scale's not moving. It actually went up a little bit. I was in the mid-260s about 2-3 months ago. So I'm eating really well. And I have a little cannoli here and there, a little cheesecake. But this kind of training, because it's so intense, is gonna lean you out. It's gonna keep you pretty lean. Okay. So right now on the screen, I'm just gonna put a screenshot real quick of this protocol. Okay. So if you want to screenshot it, if you want to write it down, do whatever you're gonna do. Here you go. Here's your chance. Go. Okay, so we're back. So we're 2 down, 1 to go. Here we go. The last routine is what I call the traditional 5-day-a-week bodybuilder routine, okay? And this is a routine that I started when I was at university. I had never really trained like this before, but the guys that I started training with at my university trained like this, so they did it, I did it, okay? So I did it. And I've trained like this probably 75% of the time since then, over the last 20, 25 years, okay? And what it is, it's a traditional, every body part gets its own day, okay? Monday through Friday protocol. And it's based around bodybuilding. Now, it's great for a beginner, but it's great for an intermediate, it's great for an advanced. It's going to work for most people. The nice part about this is that you're in and out about an hour. If you train by yourself and you train fast, maybe under an hour. And it's a high volume workout. So every day when you go in, you're only training one body part. So you could do 6 exercises for that one body part. You're not sharing your energy or your time with a different body part. So what it is basically like this. Monday's chest, Tuesday's back, Wednesday's legs, Thursday shoulders, Friday's arms, okay? Now, I prioritized it that way for me because my chest has always been my weakest point. I don't know why it is. It just is. I'm pretty arm dominant, so that's why I do arms on Friday. But also, the way I roll out this routine is I give myself a little bit of rest in between hitting the same kind of body grouping again, okay? So if I do chest on Monday, shoulders is on Thursday, the shoulders are, they're not sore from Monday's chest workout, okay? Now, it's very high volume, it's very fast paced. You're in and out. Like I said, you're not going to be there a long time. Giant sets also work well. Antagonistic, right? Okay, that's called supersetting, like we just talked about. So if you do back and chest, but when you're doing here, like say you're doing one body part, so you can start with chest. Say you're doing flat bench press, and then you immediately move into some flies, and then immediately into a set of push-ups to failure. That's a giant set or tricep, okay? That is very intense, and I'm telling you, you don't need to do a lot of those. You're in and out 45, 50, 60 minutes, and you're going to smolder your chest. You work your shoulders the same way. You're going to smolder them, and you're not sharing any of that time or energy or recovery ability with any other body parts. So, okay, we're using some compound movements, but it's a lot more isolation movements. So for you guys that already have a pretty decent shape or you already have enough muscle mass or size, it's a really good protocol for you guys because it's going to allow you to add a little here or add a little there, or if that body part's good, slow down that a little bit and let the others catch up. Like every once in a while, you got to step back, look in the mirror, and you got to see what you're building, okay? You can't just, just go in there willy-nilly over 20 years and what you get. You're going to look like a refrigerator, okay? And an ugly one. So you want to look nice, okay? So you always got to look at what you're doing, pay attention to your weak points, and you prioritize those. So if your weak points is arms, you do arms on Monday. Generally, you're fresher on Monday. You're gung-ho. You've rested. You eat a little more food over the weekend. You have a little more time. If legs is your weak point, then you prioritize legs on Monday, and then you go accordingly, okay? So it's really great. I've used that the most. It's excellent for people who train by themselves. I've trained by myself probably 90% of my time in my life. So you're able to pick your own exercises, move at your own pace. You're not really beholden to anybody else while you're in there. You're not waiting on nobody. All these 3 protocols work great if you have a trainer partner, but you don't need them, okay? You could have a trainer partner or you could do it by yourself, A lot of people are like, oh, if I just had somebody to motivate me. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. You should have someone to inspire you, never motivate you. You should be self-motivated. I'm very lucky. I've always been very self-motivated. I don't know what it is. My dad was the same way. My grandfather was the same way, so maybe it's in a gene. I don't know. I get the motivation gene, but don't look to other people to get you in the gym and start kicking ass. You can only be inspired. You see somebody training hard, you're like, damn, I'm going to pick it up today. You see a group of guys killing it in there, and you're like, damn. And that's what makes a good energy of a gym. Doesn't matter what gym you go to, except maybe Planet Fitness. I don't want to talk bad, but if the energy's good and the equipment's good, you're going to have a good workout. You're going to get good results. So right now, I'm going to stop, and for the 5-day-a-week traditional, I'm just going to put it on the screen right now so that you can see exactly what I was talking about, okay? Now, I'll be right back, so go ahead. Take a screenshot, write it down, what you got to do. Go. All right, and we're back. Okay, so hopefully the advice I just gave you is going to help somebody out there. Hopefully it breaks down a little bit more of maybe what you've been thinking about. You get a better understanding of which protocol will work best, which one you might want to try first. But they're all good. All 3 are good, and they're all interchangeable. I've used push-pull legs throughout my career. I've used antagonistic mostly lately, but I've used it in and out throughout the career, and I've used traditional for the majority. So it's really good. I implore you guys to try these. Now, if you're going to try it, give it a good 2-3 months, because you got to, you plant the seed and then you got to let it grow. You don't just put the food in the oven, you open the oven door, take it out, it's done. You got to let it cook, okay? And that's how your physique is. So if you want to get big and strong, you got to be consistent, and you got to be intense, and you got to eat your Wheaties, and you got to go to bed. And you got to call your grandmother. So don't forget to call your grandmother. This is the Godfather. Hopefully this advice was good to you. Okay? If you like something I said in here, or you got some questions, put it down in the comments. If you think I'm full of shit, hey, you can put that in the comments too. We could debate that. All right? Not a problem. Anyway, you guys take it easy. And don't forget, consistency and intensity equals success. Okay? Lifer, baby. Lifer.